Or, ladies and gentlemen, there is a truth that echoes through the chambers of time. A woman never forgets the man who makes her feel truly seen, truly valued, and deeply respected. Or money fades, looks change, or material gifts lose their shine. But the way a man makes a woman feel stays engraved in her heart forever. Listening is one of the rarest gifts a man can give a woman, because in a world full of noise, or attention is the most valuable currency. Many people hear, but few truly listen, and that distinction separates the ordinary from the unforgettable. Or when a man listens with his heart, not just his ears, he validates a woman's emotions in ways that no material possession can match. Or she feels her thoughts matter and her presence is valued. This leaves a lasting impression because genuine listening is not easily found, and its impact is remembered forever. Or true listening is more than remaining silent while someone else speaks. It is the art of understanding without judgment and responding with empathy. Or a woman will never forget the man who creates space for her feelings, especially when the world tells her to quiet down. Or when her fears are not dismissed and her dreams are not belittled, she recognizes the sincerity of the listener. That sincerity becomes etched into her heart. Or because she knows few will ever care enough to hold her words so gently, such care cannot be forgotten. Or listening is a demonstration of respect that speaks louder than grand declarations. When a man makes eye contact, puts away distractions, and offers his full presence, or he communicates that nothing else matters more in that moment, this simple act becomes extraordinary in a society addicted to speed and multitasking. Or a woman will forever remember the man who gave her this sacred attention. It is a reminder that she deserves to be prioritized, that her emotions are valid, and that her heart is worth holding. Respectful listening becomes a timeless memory. Or emotional presence means being attuned not only to what is said, but also to what is left unsaid. A woman never forgets the man who notices the tremor in her voice, or the hesitation in her words, or the silence hiding behind her smile. This level of awareness proves that his attention is not shallow but deep, that he sees beyond the surface. Or she remembers this because it reassures her that she is not invisible, not overlooked, and not alone. Or presence becomes unforgettable when it touches the unseen parts of the heart. Many people underestimate how listening can heal wounds. Or a woman may carry burdens that she cannot share easily, but when she finds a man who listens without trying to fix her, she feels safe. Or his willingness to let her express without interruption or solutions gives her freedom to breathe. This healing space is rare, which is why it remains unforgettable. Or she remembers the man who did not rush her healing, who did not silence her pain, but instead gave her time and compassion. That healing presence becomes a lifelong memory. Or, when a man listens, he is also communicating loyalty. He shows that he is not there only for joy and ease, but also for moments of doubt, confusion, and sadness. Or, this consistency builds a trust that outlives temporary attractions. A woman remembers the man who could handle her storms without abandoning her, or who could sit in silence without demanding solutions. That loyalty makes his presence unique and unforgettable. Because when others walked away, he stayed and listened, or leaving behind a memory of strength, steadiness, and unwavering care. Genuine listening is also about valuing a woman's perspective. Too often, voices are dismissed, or especially women's voices in environments where they are silenced or ignored. The man who seeks her opinions, remembers her words, and acknowledges her wisdom shows that he does not see her as less but as equal. This respect is carved deeply into her memory because it affirms her worth. Or she will never forget the man who empowered her voice and gave her confidence to express herself. This kind of acknowledgement lingers far longer than flattery or shallow praise. Or even in moments of conflict, genuine listening sets apart unforgettable men. Disagreements are natural, but when a man listens before reacting, it prevents wounds and builds deeper bonds. A woman will always remember the man who controlled his anger to hear her truth, or who sought to understand before he sought to be understood. Such patience transforms arguments into opportunities for growth. Or this rare maturity leaves an imprint because it proves that love matters more than ego. She remembers the man who valued peace and connection through his listening, Ultimately, or listening creates intimacy beyond physical closeness. It allows two hearts to meet in a place of vulnerability and honesty. Or a woman never forgets the man who made her feel safe enough to be fully herself without masks or pretenses. That intimacy is rare and sacred, and it cannot be replaced once experienced. Listening is not merely about ears, but about presence, respect, and love. Or its impact is eternal because it transforms fleeting conversations into permanent memories. In her heart, he remains unforgettable, for he listened with sincerity. Or respect is the foundation of any lasting relationship, and a woman never forgets the man who treats her with dignity in every circumstance. Or respect is not just about politeness or manners, it is about truly valuing her as a human being, recognizing her worth, and honoring her individuality. Or when a man respects her opinions, her choices, and her boundaries, he communicates that she matters. That message creates an imprint that she cannot erase. Or a woman will always remember the man who respected her fully, because respect is love's purest and most lasting expression. Respect is not conditional, or it shines even when circumstances are difficult. A man who respects a woman does not belittle her during disagreements, nor does he insult her when emotions run high. Instead, or he maintains composure, choosing kindness over cruelty and understanding over dominance. Or a woman remembers this maturity because it shows that his respect is genuine and not dependent on convenience. When respect is consistent even in conflict or demonstrates character, she never forgets the man who made her feel safe in love, even when life tested their patience. Or consistency strengthens respect because actions speak louder than promises. Many men can impress for a day, but it is the one who shows up every day in both small and big ways, or who remains unforgettable. Consistency means reliability, and reliability builds trust. When a woman sees that a man's words align with his actions, or she recognizes his authenticity, this trust becomes a memory that outlasts time, because she will always remember the man who was dependable, or she will never forget the one who proved his commitment through steady actions rather than empty speeches. Or respect is also about protecting a woman's identity and individuality. A man who encourages her to be herself rather than trying to mold her into someone else is rare. Or she remembers him because he gave her freedom instead of control and support instead of suppression. His respect allowed her to grow without fear of judgment, and that gift is unforgettable. A woman never forgets the man who valued her essence, not just her appearance. Or the memory of such respect lingers because it affirms that she was loved for who she truly was. Consistency in love is what turns fleeting affection into lasting devotion. Or it is easy to be attentive in the early stages, but the man who continues to show care long after the newness fades is extraordinary. Or when she feels that effort is sustained, not just when it is convenient, she knows she has found something rare. Or a woman never forgets the man who made her feel cherished at every stage, not just at the beginning. Consistent love proves stability, and stability is remembered forever. Or it is consistency that transforms respect into permanence in her heart. Public respect carries a special weight because it reveals a man's true character. Or a woman never forgets the man who honored her in front of others, who did not mock her flaws or expose her vulnerabilities to gain attention. Or public respect shows that his love is not for show but for truth, and that he values her reputation as much as his own. She remembers him because he guarded her dignity, or ensuring that she was uplifted rather than diminished. Respect in public and private is unforgettable because it reflects integrity at its deepest level. Or consistency also means being emotionally steady. A woman will always remember the man who didn't let mood swings or external pressures dictate his behavior toward her. Or she remembers him because he provided stability when life felt unstable, and because he didn't withdraw affection when things grew difficult. Emotional consistency is rare, yet it is one of the strongest forms of love. A man who offers this creates safety in the relationship, and safety is unforgettable. Or she never forgets the one whose presence remained calm and dependable no matter the circumstances. Respect shows itself in the small details of daily life. Or a man who listens without interrupting, who values her time, who honors her boundaries, and who keeps his promises is offering respect in action. Or these simple behaviors may seem ordinary, but to a woman they are extraordinary because they are consistent proof of care. Or she remembers him because those details added up to a love she could trust. Respect is not grand gestures, but daily choices, or inconsistency in those choices makes a man unforgettable forever. That memory becomes etched in her heart. Ultimately, respect and consistency are the roots of lasting impact. Or, a woman never forgets the man who respected her at every turn and who showed up without fail. Or, she carries those memories not because of material gifts, but because of the way he made her feel valued, safe, and secure. Respect dignifies love, and consistency preserves it. Or together, they form the qualities that live in her heart forever. She may outgrow relationships, but she will never forget the man who embodied respect and consistency. Or for such a man leaves a timeless legacy of love. A woman never forgets the man who supports her dreams, because encouragement is a form of love that goes beyond romance. Or many men admire a woman in silence, but the one who actively uplifts her ambitions leaves a permanent mark. Support is not about solving her journey for her, or it is about standing beside her while she walks it. When a man believes in her abilities even more than she believes in herself, that faith becomes unforgettable. Or she remembers him because he gave her strength to rise higher, and such strength is eternal. Support means celebrating her victories without envy. Or a woman never forgets the man who rejoices in her achievements instead of competing with her. When he claps the loudest for her success and reminds her of her potential, or he proves that his love is pure, not selfish. This kind of support is rare because many people secretly resent the growth of others. Or she remembers him because his pride in her was genuine and his joy in her progress was sincere. Such encouragement builds trust. And trust woven with pride becomes unforgettable forever. True support shows itself most powerfully in moments of doubt. Every dreamer encounters days of fear, discouragement, and fatigue. A woman will always remember the man who sat with her in those moments, reminding her of her worth, her strength, and her vision. Or he becomes unforgettable because he chose to lift her instead of abandoning her in weakness. This kind of support is not about giving answers, but about giving courage. Or she never forgets the man who was her voice of faith when her own voice trembled, for that memory outlasts everything else. Or a man's support is also revealed through his actions. Words of encouragement are valuable, but actions that align with those words are powerful. Or when he sacrifices time to help her, when he provides resources without complaint, or when he makes space for her growth even if it requires compromise, she remembers. Or she remembers because he proved his belief with deeds, not empty phrases. This form of support shows devotion, and devotion makes love unforgettable. Or she never forgets the man who invested effort into her dreams, because actions carve deeper memories than words alone. Support also means refusing to dim her light. Or a woman never forgets the man who never tried to suppress her ambitions or shrink her potential. Instead, he gave her the freedom to grow without guilt. Or when he encouraged her to be bold, strong, and independent, he became unforgettable because he showed love without insecurity. Or such support is rare in a world where many men feel threatened by a woman's success. She remembers the one who empowered her because empowerment strengthens love. Or she never forgets the man who let her shine and stood proudly beside her. Encouragement in private is powerful, but encouragement in public is unforgettable. Or a woman remembers the man who defended her dreams in front of others, who spoke of her potential with admiration, and who silenced critics with his unwavering faith in her. Or public support shows that his encouragement is not for show, but is deeply authentic. She never forgets the man who honored her courage in the eyes of others, or because such validation is rare, that support becomes a permanent part of her memory because it made her feel safe, loved, and unstoppable. Or supporting her growth means giving her space to stumble and learn without shame. A woman never forgets the man who allowed her to make mistakes without judgment, or who offered patience instead of criticism. That patience is a gift because it tells her that love is not withdrawn when she struggles. Or she remembers the man who gave her grace to grow at her own pace because growth is never perfect. This support becomes unforgettable because it nurtures resilience. Or she never forgets the one who walked beside her through both failure and triumph, for he valued the journey. Or support is also about balance, knowing when to step in and when to step back. Or a woman never forgets the man who gave her confidence to stand on her own while assuring her he was always near. This balance strengthens trust. Or because she knows she is loved not for dependence, but for independence. She remembers him because his support built her strength instead of weakening it. Or that balance between presence and freedom is rare, and it becomes unforgettable because it represents true respect. Or she never forgets the man who encouraged her strength with love. Ultimately, a woman will always carry the memory of the man who supported her dreams with consistency, humility, and faith. He becomes unforgettable not because he gave her everything, but because he reminded her that she already had everything inside her. Or such support outlasts time because it touches the core of her identity and self-worth. Or she never forgets him because he was not only her partner in love, but also her partner in growth. His belief in her became a part of her success story, and that makes his memory eternal. Sincere love is the foundation of a bond that a woman will never forget because it is rooted in authenticity, not performance. Or a man who loves sincerely does not use manipulation, games, or conditions to win her heart. His love flows from loyalty and genuine care for her well-being. Or this sincerity sets him apart in a world where many relationships are based on convenience. A woman never forgets the man who gave her real love without hidden motives. Or because such love becomes a safe place for her heart, she remembers sincerity forever. Protection of her peace means guarding her emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. Or a woman will always remember the man who brought calm to her chaos and stability to her uncertainty. Or protecting peace is not just about shielding her from external harm, but about refusing to become the source of her pain. When a man provides this kind of security, she feels cherished rather than drained. She remembers him because he respected her need for peace. A woman never forgets the man who valued her inner harmony, for peace is the highest form of love. Sincere love expresses itself in consistency, not in fleeting moments of passion. Or a woman will always remember the man who chose to love her not only when it was easy, but also when it was hard. Sincere love shows up in everyday acts, kindness in words, or gentleness in tone, and loyalty in action. This kind of love becomes unforgettable because it builds trust over time. Or she remembers him because his actions aligned with his heart. A woman never forgets the man whose love did not fade with trials, but grew stronger through them. Or protecting her peace also means respecting her boundaries. A man who truly loves a woman does not push past her limits or disregard her comfort zones. Instead, he honors her no and treasures her autonomy. This respect becomes unforgettable because it shows he values her as an individual, not as a possession. Or she remembers him because he allowed her to breathe freely without fear of control. A woman never forgets the man who gave her freedom while still protecting her heart. Or because that balance between love and respect is rare and timeless. Sincere love is unconditional, meaning it does not vanish when imperfections appear. Or a woman never forgets the man who loved her flaws as much as her strengths. When he accepted her struggles and celebrated her humanity, she felt safe to be authentic. Or that acceptance becomes unforgettable because it is rare to be loved without pretense. She remembers him because he created a space where she could be fully herself. Or a woman never forgets the man who did not demand perfection, but cherished her as she was, for such love leaves a permanent mark. Peace is protected when love is patient. Or a woman will always remember the man who gave her time to grow, to heal, and to discover herself without pressure. His patience made her feel safe rather than rushed. Or this memory lingers because patience in love is a rare gift in a hurried world. She remembers him because he did not push her into change, but walked beside her through it. Or a woman never forgets the man who was patient enough to wait for her readiness, for patience is the purest expression of care. Sincere love also reveals itself in loyalty. Or a woman never forgets the man who stood firm when temptation tested him, who remained faithful even when distance or time created challenges. Or loyalty protects peace because it removes insecurity and fear. She remembers him because he gave her stability in a world filled with uncertainty. Or his faithfulness became unforgettable because it proved that his love was genuine. A woman never forgets the man who was loyal when others strayed, or because loyalty is a rare jewel that shines brighter than any other expression of devotion. Protecting peace means refusing to bring unnecessary chaos into her life. Or a woman will always remember the man who did not play games, who avoided drama, and who chose honesty over deceit. Or this protection is unforgettable because it shows that he valued her happiness above selfish desires. She remembers him because he made life lighter instead of heavier. Or a woman never forgets the man who brought calmness into her world because that kind of love becomes a sanctuary. Or peaceful love leaves a lasting impression that no material gift could ever replace. Ultimately, or sincere love and the protection of her peace form the deepest foundation of unforgettable connection. A woman may forget words spoken in haste or gifts given in passing, but she never forgets how a man made her feel safe, loved, and valued. Sincere love carves itself into memory because it speaks to the soul. And protecting peace sustains that love through time. She remembers him because he represented security, loyalty, and authenticity. Or a woman never forgets the man who sincerely loved her and protected her peace, for that is timeless love.